This is Pet Life Radio. Let's talk pets.
Welcome to Aquariumania. I'm your host, DrRoy Anong, speaking to you from the University of Florida's Tropical Aquaculture Laboratory. Thanks for joining us. Have you ever wondered if you should try a different fish food or if that new aquarium gadget really is something worthwhile? Perhaps, like many hobbyists, you haven't kept up with the latest trends, but you would really like to expand your horizons. My guest today is Mike Haynes, self-proclaimed fish geek, YouTube educator, and co-founder of My Aquarium Box, an aquarium supply subscription service. Join us as Mike explains how he and his three fellow fish geeks came up with this great idea and how you can plug in. We'll be right back after these messages.
Put on a perfectly pawsome pet party. Having an awesome birthday or adoption day celebration for your four-legged friend? Or just want a fun excuse to throw a fun party with your friends from the dog park? Deck out your party with Molly and Bandit Pet Party accessories. Party products designed specifically for pets. There are wearables, including adjustable pet party hats, bow ties, and tutus. The photo prop kits include funny glasses and hats. The party supplies and decorations include coordinating table covers, party banners, cake decorations, and treat bowls, cups, and bags. Everything you need to create great memories and Instagram-worthy photos. They're available in two colorful themes, tropical and fireman. It's a dog's life. Celebrate it with Molly and Bandit Pet Party at mollyandbanditpetparty.com/petlife.
Let's Talk Pets on PetLifeRadio.com.
Welcome back to Aquariumania on Pet Life Radio. My guest today is Mike Haynes of Mass Aquarium's YouTube channel and My Aquarium Box. Hey Mike, thanks for joining us.
Hey guys, thanks for having me.
So yeah, I was really excited to get the information about your service and even really learn more about your YouTube channels. I wasn't as plugged in really as I'm sure many of your listeners and subscribers are. Can you maybe tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into the hobby?
Yeah, sure, no problem. I've been in the hobby I'm 36 now, and I've been in the hobby ever since I was a little kid. My father had aquariums. He got me into aquariums, so it was a long time. And I took a little break going through high school and through college, and then I got married in 2006 and was begging my wife to let me get a tank for my kids, a.k.a. myself. And I ended up getting a tank and getting another tank, and you know how that goes. And pretty soon MTS sets in, and I had a bunch of tanks. And one night I decided to shoot a video. Didn't think I'd get but 30 views, and I ended up getting quite a bit of views, and it kind of went on from there. And I learned a lot from watching YouTube, and learned a lot from back in the early mid 80s from what was going on with aquariums then to what's going on with aquariums now. Is just a feat in itself.
Do you remember what your very first aquarium was? I always like to ask.
Yeah, my very first aquarium I think it was a 20-gallon tall, and my dad let me put whatever I want to put in it, whether it was supposed to be in there or not. I had live plants I couldn't take care of. I had a common pleco that was probably going to outgrow that thing in about a year and overstock to the max, but he just let me go at it and learn the hard way of what was going to happen.
That's great. And then when you finally convinced your wife to let you get a tank, what did you end up getting?
I got a small little 10-gallon aquarium kit from PetSmart for the kids. I let them pick out the substrate, the helicopter that goes in it, the fake plants, the platies, the works. And I let them kind of go after it, and I just took care of it before I actually got a chance to break into what I was meant to do with the aquascaping and this and that. But I really wanted the kids to love it so that I could convince my wife to get me a few more tanks.
That's very good psychology there. So, about the YouTube channel now, that's kind of really fascinating. And I know there's, you guys have, your kind of group has a lot of YouTube channels, but starting with kind of yours, what did you think were the areas that needed to be covered, and how did you kind of decide on what you would talk about on your channels?
Yeah, so I watched a ton of YouTube, and it was really all about, I saw a lot, and not to put down YouTube at all because there's some great channels out there, but I saw a lot of, I wanted to simplify it. I wanted to do, let everybody know that, because there's a lot of people that are intimidated by having a fish tank, whether it's saltwater or freshwater. And I wanted everybody to know that there is a low-tech way to do things. There's a high-tech way to do things, but there's also a way to enjoy the hobby without stressing out over what needs to be taken care of in your aquarium. And I kind of focused on setting up aquariums that don't take a lot of maintenance. At the same time, you can enjoy having them without the stress of, oh, I have to do this or I have to do that or how do I do this and this is going to cost me all this money. So it's really like a low-tech approach at the same time as having a tank that you can really be proud of.
Is that kind of what you think made you have such a quick following, or what do you think spurred that?
Funny. Yeah, I think that is what made me have such a grow so quickly is a lot of people, I was just real, I don't edit my videos. I point, I shoot, and I upload, and I don't do any takes. I don't do 5, 6, 7 takes. I just do one take, and it is what it is. And I think people can relate to the simplicity of my videos and just the fact that I think I just be real. I don't try to edit out my mistakes, whether I'm mumbling or I'm stumbling or, whatever. People just kind of relate to just being a normal, everyday person who has kids and has a job and isn't just trying to get people to watch them and do everything that you're supposed to do. And people can make mistakes and learn from them.
So you don't have a makeup artist or anything like that behind the scenes?
No, I have no makeup artist.
Oh, okay. I was checking. Because I was looking at one of the videos and it looked like you had like some lipstick on. I wasn't sure, so I'm just kidding. So what is your real job or your day job?
Yep, my day job. I'm a pharmacy operations manager for an IV home care company.
Oh, okay. So now you obviously made some really good and tight friends. Can you tell us a little bit about your partners, and do you have anything funny or humorous to share about them?
Yeah, of course. I met my first partner. His name's Aaron, MA Fish Guy. He contacted me when I had about 200 subscribers, maybe like a month or two in, and was like, I really think you have something going for you with your channel, and I just wanted to give you a few pointers in the YouTube community. It can be crazy, and I want to help you. I think you're going to be big, and I want to help you. And that's where I met Aaron, and he lives in Massachusetts, so that was kind of nice. And then my other partner, Michael Aarons from Aaron's Aquariums, he lives in the UK, and he used to do this series called Welcome to the Family, where he welcomes new YouTubers. And at the time, he had about, I think, 1,000 subscribers more than me. And once he introduced me to the family, we kind of hit it off, and I've been friends with him for a long time. And then Greg Jones from Greg Jones Online also lives in Massachusetts, and he found me through Facebook. And then, we really all just started talking and, BSing around, and we all got a really good relationship and started going to conventions around the New England area and just hit it off from there.
So you have to have some embarrassing or other type stories you want to share with us.
I have loads of embarrassing stories, and I'm definitely not afraid to tell them. I can start off by telling you I do a series on my YouTube channel called Ball Bustin', where people actually volunteer for me to make fun of that channel, and then they get to do a revenge video on me, and it's sort of like a parody, like a Saturday Night Live on everybody's channel. And then through my buddy and my co-owner, Michael Aarons from Aaron's Aquariums, we had set up a side channel kind of where we'd all do kind of skits, like Saturday Night Live skits, where we would be wives and husbands and dressing up. I'd be dressing up with the wig and like doing multi-tank syndrome videos and husbands trying to sneak tanks into their house when they already have too many tanks. So, I mean, it's all out there on YouTube. I'm definitely not hiding anything, and people can go have a laugh at all that stuff on YouTube, and it's really funny.
That's pretty good. I'll definitely have to watch. I don't think I saw any of those yet. I'll have to make sure I watch those. And that leads us to My Aquarium Box. Tell us about that and all the thought that went into that and how you all came up with that idea.
Yeah, so that's actually a really great story. We had someone who will remain nameless contact us through YouTube and said, we're going to get this thing going. We're going to get a great group growing, and, we're really going to push some big channels. And, we all thought that was pretty exciting. But it kind of fell through because it really was nothing involved with pushing everybody's channels. And one day I called up MA Fish Guy, Aaron, and said, hey, listen, my wife gets this subscription box every month. It's called Stitch Fix. And every month she gets a box, and it's filled with jewelry and clothes and all sorts of stuff that she gets to try on. And she pays for what she wants to keep. But either way, she still pays $20 a month, even if she sends it all back. I said, we got to get this going for the aquarium hobby. I was like, there's hamster boxes, there's bunny boxes, there's ferret boxes, you name it, and there's a box out there, but I don't see any aquarium boxes. And so we contacted Greg. He's our marketing executive, co-owner, and he really knows his stuff. He's super smart, and we just laid out a business plan. And, a month later, we're calling companies, and then a month after that, we're going through websites, and, it just kind of kept rolling and rolling and rolling. And what I thought would never, in the beginning, amount to really anything much but an idea turned into a company really quick. And, everybody's really enjoying getting their My Aquarium Box. And I like to say it's Aquatic Christmas every month. I mean, who wouldn't love a box filled with the latest and greatest? And it's all a surprise, and you don't know what you're getting. So it really happened quickly.
So now, how do you guys come up with what goes in the box and, I guess, keep it fresh, all that sort of thing? How do you guys come up with those ideas?
Well, I think one of our mottos with My Aquarium Boxes is your box is made for fish keepers by fish keepers, because all four of us own fish tanks, reef tanks, fowler tanks, freshwater tanks, big monster fish tanks, and planted tanks. And we've all spent time trying out new stuff and what works and what doesn't work. And we're always researching and Googling this and seeing what's up just on a regular basis for ourselves. So we're able to put that knowledge, the four of us, together, because all four of us really have a niche in a certain area of the hobby, and really put together a good themed box every month that people from novice to advanced are really going to be like, the advanced hobbyist is going to have everything he needs and wants, but he might get something and be like, wow, I've never seen this before. I've never tried this. I'm going to give it a try. Where the beginner will get a box full of good stuff and not know what to do with it, but we've explained it, and he can try new foods, or he can try this, and maybe even branch out into, maybe he's just got a small community tank, and he might receive something in that box where he wants to start an African cichlid tank, or even really step into it and go into a saltwater tank. So we put a lot of thought into theming these boxes out, and we really want to help the hobbyists move on in their aquarium career, if you will, as opposed to just giving them a box full of food that they're just going to put in the corner of their basement.
You mentioned that you went to a lot of conventions, and I'm assuming you guys are pretty tight with your local aquarium societies. Did you throw some feelers out to see what others might think before you did it, or did you just kind of go full on?
Yeah, we never actually mentioned it at any conventions. My co-owner Greg and Aaron, they go to a lot of conventions, and we never really put any feelers out. What we did do was we had a survey. It's through a survey gizmo where we all posted it on our YouTube channels, and we created a survey of I think it was about 50 questions or 25 questions, and we each made a YouTube video throughout our normal weekly videos and said, hey, we have an idea here. And this was after about a few months of us working on it. And, right about a month before launch, I was like, this is our idea. Why don't you go fill out all these questions and let us know what you think, what you would like to have, what price you would like to pay. And we had about 1,400 or 1,500 people sign up to our monthly e-newsletter and fill out the survey. So we really got a ton of information off our subscribers and people that keep aquariums.
Well, let's take a short break, and we'll continue our discussion with Mike Haynes of My Aquarium Box and Mass Aquariums after these messages from our sponsors.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Dynovite for life.
Pick up 2 tubes of Doggo Suds.
Get the 3rd tube free.
Peppermint, tea tree, lavender, Doggo Sud shampoo.
Made with all-natural coconut, jojoba, aloe. Great for healthy skin and soft, shiny coats.
But no itchy, harsh chemicals.
Lather up, rinse away.
Try Doggo Suds. Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Let's talk pets.
Let's talk pets
On Pet Life Radio.
Pet Life Radio.
PetLifeRadio.com.
We're back and continuing our conversation with Mike Haynes of My Aquarium Box and Mass Aquariums. So, Mike, you kind of went into some of the ins and outs of how you got information from a lot of the hobbyists, what they were looking for, those sorts of things. Can you maybe talk a little bit about the other co-owners of My Aquarium Box? You mentioned that they each have kind of their own unique niche, Can you maybe give us a little bit of info on each of them so we can learn more about the others in the group?
Yeah, of course. I'll start with a good friend of mine who lives in the UK. His name is Michael Aarons. His YouTube channel is Aarons Aquariums. And he started off with African cichlids and discus, but really his passion is reef tanks. And he right now has a 250-gallon mixed reef, LPS, SPS, soft corals, tangs, the works. Just a giant, beautiful, beautiful tank. So he's actually one of our saltwater guys and knows a lot about the hobby, does some really great videos, does some really great videos to bring new YouTubers in the community as far as, kind of like, I guess, kindergarten, you could say. Instead of people just jumping in and trying to get subscribers and viewers, he really welcomes people into the hobby and kind of gets them involved in the YouTube community. My other co-owner, Greg Jones Online, his involvement with YouTube is basically around DIY stuff, do-it-yourself. He has a big 300-gallon turtle stock tank. He breeds a lot of Endler guppies and angelfish, and he's into self-sufficiency. He has a whole setup in his basement that is all self-sufficient. All RO, drip, everything, no water changes, no nothing, and alarmed up in the works. And he really is a great person to watch if you're looking to get into the hobby and do things yourself and make it happen. And then our third or fourth co-owner, Aaron Kramer from MA Fish Guy, is his YouTube channel. He's a know-it-all guy about care sheets on certain type of fish. He's been in the hobby forever, working and loving the hobby. Not only does he have it at home, but he works in the hobby for his regular 9-to-5er, and he knows a ton about all different types of fish. He's been through saltwater, freshwater, brackish, discus, angels, I mean, you name it, he's been through it. He's kind of although he's one of the, if not the younger person of the group, he's been through every type of fish and fish tank you can possibly imagine. And he's kind of similar to me, where he shows you how to get it done and get it done right and get it done easy without getting into all the, ins and outs and making it difficult for the average person.
So here's a question. Have you all had the opportunity to kind of visit each other's setups, or are you guys still kind of mainly online connected?
Myself and Greg live very close to each other. We live 20 minutes away, and he's been to my house, I've been to his house, and we've all been to Greg's house. We're all here right now, actually packing up this month's My Aquarium Box. We're running it out of his house at the moment, soon to be a warehouse. And none of us have been to the UK to visit Michael, but he is coming over here soon for some, I believe he'll be here for the Global Pet Expo next year for My Aquarium Box and to come visit us in the States.
So, and probably by next year, you guys will have a My Aquarium Box plane, right? So, or a helicopter, maybe.
Yeah, maybe. What are those things called? Where they inflate with air and they can go in water?
Oh yeah, that, like a dirigible or one of those like Goodyear blimps or something.
No, they go on land and sea.
Oh, okay.
That's what we'll have.
Gotcha.
We'll be able to go everywhere. We'll just take our time, going down the coast down to Florida.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Well, you guys are definitely welcome to come and visit at any time. So, tell me now a little bit more about My Aquarium Box as a, kind of on the product side. You mentioned a couple different options. How do people get set up, and what's the way people can get into subscribing for this?
Yeah, so it's really easy. You're just going to visit www.myaquariumbox.com, and we have two options: a saltwater box for $29.99 and a freshwater box for $24.99, and it's free shipping. You can subscribe, which if you purchase a subscription, it's reoccurring every month, and you can also buy a gift box. Like if you're, a father or a mother and you want to buy your kid a present, you can buy a one-time gift box. Now, the subscription boxes are a little bit different than a gift box, whereas you will get probably an equal value, but you might get a little bit different in a gift box than you will a subscription box. Now, every month, you will get a box packed full of goodies, and you're going to get it right around the 14th, 15th, 16th of every month. I kind of like to, when I talk to people or answer emails, like to tell them, think of it like a magazine subscription. Once a month, you're going to get your box, and you're going to love it, and can't wait. We have people that can't wait to get that. They wait out their doorstep when they get that tracking info that it's been shipped. And you're going to get a variety. You're going to get a tool, a gadget, a food, a liquid, or a supplement, something new in them that you've never seen before. You know, we really work hard every month to put products in the box that not only are practical that you'll use, but something that you've maybe never seen before, maybe didn't even know existed on the market, or maybe you didn't even know that brand existed. And you see this come in and you're like, wow, I've never heard of this brand. And, we like to drive product that people are going to love. And we also do every month a small business spotlight, which is in our fresh and saltwater boxes. We try to highlight local online stores, local fish stores. We try to drive business back towards them, and we spotlight a company every month and give a little bit we put a card in the box that tells them a little bit about the company, how they came, what they like to do, and that company, we'll give a little 10% or 15% discount on livestock or corals or plants, and we try to drive business towards them. It's really a main focus in the box is getting those small business spotlights in there.
How did you approach the companies that you are working with? Was that a pretty easy thing to do, or what did they think about when they first heard your idea?
Oh, yeah. I think it was by no means easy. It was a lot of months of hard work before we launched, but I think a lot of companies were like, oh my God, how did nobody think of this idea? How is there not an aquarium subscription box on the market? Why does a ferret company have 40,000 members for a ferret box? And with all us fish geeks out there, there's not one subscription box for aquariums. I can't believe I didn't think of it. Well, I think people have thought of it before, but I don't think anybody's actually done anything about it. And I think it's really great that there's a lot of fish geeks, I like to say that, but there's a lot of fish hobbyists out there that no matter what you do, you have that in common, that you keep fish tanks and you know what it takes to keep a fish tank, and you know what it is to be able to explore new products for such a good value. And when we approached these companies, they were thrilled to be able to be a part of it. Now, we have a lot of sponsors. I'm grateful to all the sponsors we have. We have a lot of good relationships we've built up with these sponsors and these companies. And it's a win-win situation, and it's a I scratch your back, they scratch our back type of thing. We purchase product to put in the box. They help us out. They want to get their product out there, and we want to put their product in the box. We strive to put product in the box that we would use ourselves, not just take anything that comes off the street. We want product in that box that people are going to be happy with, and they're going to love to use, and they're going to continue to use.
So depending on if you do or don't want to use specific companies' names, like what are maybe some of the interesting types of gadgets, if you don't want to say the actual product at this time, that you guys are putting in, maybe some of the kind of newer things that people haven't seen before?
Well, without getting into future boxes, because it is a mystery box, a few boxes in the past, we've had some great response to the spin stream, which is something you hook up to your outtake that creates random flow in your tank. People really love that. A product that I've always used that I don't understand why nobody has it. Last month we put in the Python Squeeze, which is a siphon starter to do water changes. Now, I still see YouTube videos of people sucking their mouth on that tube to start the siphon, and I still don't understand it when there's something simple out there from Python that you just squeeze it a few times and it starts the siphon. People loved that last month. They were thrilled to see that in the box, and I was actually really shocked of the amount of people that didn't even know that existed. So that's what I'm really proud of with My Aquarium Box, is that just because you're an advanced hobbyist, maybe like myself or some other people that know about these products, we're reaching so many people that don't even know products exist. And when they see them and realize what they can do for themselves to make their maintenance easier, or their enjoyment because they have less maintenance so they can enjoy their tank more, that's where we really, we get off, as you say. We love to see that happen.
What kind of response have you been getting to My Aquarium Box, and are you starting to get folks from even overseas as well, or what's happening right now?
We get hundreds of emails every month from Canada, from Australia, from India, from Germany, from Sweden, from Iceland, everywhere. You name it, we get emails every single day, every single month. Can I get a My Aquarium Box? I'll pay the $50 shipping. Can you send it to Australia? Can you send it here? Can you send it there? People interesting enough, from the YouTube community are all over the world. They're not just in the United States or Canada or the UK or here or there. They're everywhere, and they want My Aquarium Box. So one of the struggles is trying to get that out to these people. Now, right now, we have My Aquarium Box UK coming out in the summer, and we're hoping to get My Aquarium Box Canada coming very shortly. So the UK will cover all of Europe, and Canada will obviously cover Canada, but it's really tough to ship liquids and such internationally. I don't know if you've ever tried to ship something across borders, but you can't just line it up and ship it. Not only does it cost a lot of money, but it's regulated as to what you can ship, what they're going to look at, and so on and so forth. But the people that want My Aquarium Box coming to their house has been amazing. Like, our emails get flooded with people saying, I need this, I need this, I need this. So that's been great feedback.
So are you guys looking at maybe YouTubers or like-minded folks in some of these other areas to kind of expand it, or that's down the pike, I guess?
Yeah, I mean, that's down the pike a little bit. Obviously, a franchise would be like amazing, but really we're just focused on the United States, getting it to Europe and getting Canada up and running and getting it to the people that we can successfully get it to and give them a good box at a good price. We'd hate to send a box to Australia and have them pay, $100 in shipping. We're not looking to rip anybody off, and we'll definitely reach those avenues when we get there.
So you guys have obviously been involved in all different kind of facets of the hobby at this point, and you have been involved for a fairly long time. What do you think are some of the challenges to keep it going, now versus maybe 10, 20, 30 years ago? Challenges in keeping the aquarium hobby going as personally, or? No, I mean, it just as kind of an industry. I mean, and I work obviously with a lot of the aquarium industry folks down here on the producer side, and definitely with some of the other parts of the industry as well. And it's been really a challenge, I think, because of the change in the structure of, the livestock, how those are sold, as well as interests from a lot of the kids, kind of going more toward gaming and other avenues versus the common hobbies that we used to have when we were kids.
I think it's very difficult, but I think it's coming. I think it's trending upward. I think a lot of people, because of social media and the gaming and this, they can watch people on YouTube and they can watch people have beautiful tanks and give them info on how to do it. When I was a kid, it was from my dad, or maybe I would read a book if you felt like it. But nowadays, you can look up anything online and learn a ton of stuff. And really, if you're having a problem with your tank, you can instantly go on Facebook or YouTube or social media and ask anybody and really get a quick response from a lot of these groups. I think Facebook fish groups are absolutely amazing. You can post a problem on any fish group and you're going to get 10 answers within 10 minutes. And I think that encourages people to step out of their comfort zone and actually get into the aquarium hobby without fear of really spending a lot of money or spending a lot of money to screw something up. I think we had a lull in the 90s and early 2000s, and I think it's really coming on strong now as far as what I see. And I think we're only going to get bigger, and I think everybody in the aquarium hobby needs to stick together. I don't think that people need to market each other out. I think we're all in it together. We all love one hobby, and that's fish. And I've had a lot of 99% experience with people that are willing to help each other as opposed to, not help you, I guess you could say. Those are really encouraging words, and I think you're right. I mean, I hadn't thought about some of those aspects, and I think you guys with the YouTube channels, if you can kind of make it cool and fun at the same time, then, you're definitely reaching a lot of people there who want to be cool and fun, so I like that. We kind of see on our end some of the challenges, and it's good to know you guys are working on the digital side of everything. So do you have any final words of wisdom, or is there anything you wanted to kind of close? We're getting close to the end of the interview, and I want to make sure that you say any more of your piece if you have any. Really, I guess before I do a quick plug, I'd just like to say, anybody out there that wants to start a fish tank, whether it's saltwater or freshwater, there's plenty of places you can go to get information. There's plenty of groups you can go to get information. And really, there's nothing more accomplished in my book than getting yourself or your kids involved in your aquarium and setting up an aquarium, whether it's a planted tank, a community tank, an African cichlid tank, a saltwater tank, starting from scratch. There's nothing better than going to a local fish store and looking around and shopping and making those fish happy and making your tank thrive. There's no better accomplishment in a day-to-day life than anything else you would do. Graduating college, getting a good job, getting a raise, having a fish tank and making it thrive is not only beautiful, it's not only relaxing to watch, feng shui, whatever you want to call it. Get out there, get a fish tank, and you can make it happen. And there's a lot of people out there that will help you, and you won't fail. And if you do have some problems, it just goes with the territory, but you'll make it happen. And with that, go get yourself a My Aquarium Box. We're going to help you get your all of the stuff that you need. Visit www.myaquariumbox.com, and we're going to pack that box full of stuff that's going to help you do that. And that's what we aim to do. We're not here making thousands of dollars. We just want to help spread the word that the aquarium hobby is, it's there, and it's worth it.
Well, thanks very much, Mike. It was really, really great hearing about My Aquarium Box and all the work you guys are doing to kind of help promote the hobby. And, I think when I was growing up, and I think a lot of my colleagues in the same kind of field as I am really got our love and interest in what we're doing from having aquariums. So I think for any of our other parents and teachers and such out there, the aquarium's obviously much more than just a hobby. There's really a lot there. So I really appreciate it. Unfortunately, we're out of time. I'd like to thank our guest again, Mike Haynes, and our producer, Mark Winter, for making the show possible. And I want to make sure that you guys all check out Mike's and his Aquarium Box Partners links, which will be on his Aquariumania webpage for more information on My Aquarium Box, as well as links to their YouTube channels. I encourage all of you to visit my Aquariumania blog on Pet Life Radio. And if you have any questions, comments, or ideas for a show, email me at drroy@petliferadio.com. That's DRROY at petliferadio.com. Until next time, please visit your local aquarium stores, keep your tanks clean and your fish healthy, and definitely consider a subscription to My Aquarium Box.
Let's Talk Pets, every week on demand, only on PetLifeRadio.com.